it. So ES is coming to major resistance, 57.20. So ideally, I said, we'll come back to 58.50, ideally, this zone, right? Like a daily wave two, here below that. So I don't know whether we are gonna make that. There could be that, uh, so anyways, so daily wave three didn't really finish. So I have a SPY mapped out. So this is SPY one, two, three. I would say somewhere like right below this, like 200 moving average. So maybe 573 area. And that's measured move compared to 2022. Exactly same. One, two, three. Exactly same length. One, two, three. Now, so this is weekly wave two. So if you look at weekly, is a one, two. So usually on the wave two, is somewhere you see 78.2, 61.8 between the two area. But at some cases you can go back all the way to 100%. So I don't know. And then the wave two actually volume is lower. It's a slightly lower volume, but it's not extremely low. So we'll see. This could be invalidated if on daily we go above this 576.4. If we close above this, let's say break out and then come back down and then close above this, we are going back to all-time high, 640. So in longer term, I am bullish. Uh, I am bullish that we're going back to 640. And I just don't know how weekly gonna go. Monthly it's gonna go back 640, daily 1, 2, 3, 4, but this is major resistance here. And so you can see a lot of people saying, okay, we're gonna follow 2022 and then come back down. I'm not sure. I think the worst case scenario out and people calling for recession. I read all this labor reports and earnings. I do not see sign of recession. And the labor market on private sector actually is pretty good. And so if midterm Trump doesn't lose House, Senate, he and Republican Party control both, and whatever he wants to implement and have a trade deal. I think Q3, Q4, we are going to see crazy growth. That's what I think. I still think end of September, we're going to hit all-time high. That's my guess. And then October, December, we're going to have a bigger pullback. That's still my thesis, but thesis is not true. So um, daily wave four pullback, if measured move, could be somewhere near 550, but this 544 is where the breakout is. So could be simply come back down. Deeper pullback, I think it shouldn't be lower than 527. I think most likely if the bullish momentum is strong, 544, and the lowest will be 527. As long as this 508 holds, 508.43, we're good. So the wave four pullback should not be lower than two. So you either retest, I would say at least I would say at least to 538 where the trend line support. So I'm leaning towards and I'm hoping 527. Then because when we go higher, that have like about 50, 60 points going, that's really worth when we do call options, right? So if we print wave 3 and I don't even recommend like buying puts against the trend. Clearly, on daily, we have uptrend, right? So buying puts against the trend, and there's no saying when you are going to see the pullback. However, we can always do something like this on 15 minutes. Say, okay, did you short the market? That's where you should be shorting your market, right? 15-minute reversal down, and then you should move your stop loss to, I don't know, 5,700. And on ES, I would expect somewhere at least, uh, ideally, I want to see 5,450 here. But if the pullback really not that deep, would be 5,500, it could be too. So ideally, I want to see at least 5,450 or this gap fill that gave us a lot more points. So for example, you pull back here and then go back up, we have about 500 points if you do want to do SPX or SPY calls, right? So 500 points if you do 1 month out SPX call, um, like out money call, $25 per contract, that could give you 400 or 500% gain. So say you put 20,000 in, you can make 100,000. And or if you want to leap call, 500 point can give you 200-300% gain. If you do like June 2026, I probably want to do somewhere like a month out, if come back down, depending where dropping to too, right? So if drop 5 points, I may give a little bit more time, 2-3 months out could be. Or if drop 200 point, then you probably want to give like 2 weeks out or a month out. So something like that. And the S&P sectors, a lot of them have monthly breakout. So if you look at the monthly, weekly charts, so this is SMH. We had a monthly breakout. Upside target should be what, 234, right? And you can see you need a little bit more time consolidating the three moving areas coming closer and the drop momentum slowing down, MACD going over. So that's where here are need a little bit more time and then the going back up. So that's also supporting my thesis on the longer term, we're going to make all-time high. And on weekly, you can see clearly the drop momentum. I don't know whether here is going to be rolled over actually because below zero could be at the major resistance here on weekly. And regional bank hasn't done anything. Weekly pretty bullish here, have a very four strong weekly candle, but daily still uptrend, right? You have low, higher low, slightly higher low, high, higher high. So I can assume going back to 70. Shares are a lot easier because when you do calls, you don't know how long it's going to take on the large time frame. SOXX slightly less bullish than SMH, but monthly almost breaking out as well. XRT, this is retail, monthly almost breaking out, weekly have like almost MACD crossover to the upside. So I see this going back to, you still have low, higher, low, high, higher, high. So could go back to $90, 91, 92, 200. And finance too. So the finance has been pretty strong, and then we talk about it on the weekly newsletter. So the monthly is very close to all-time high. It really didn't drop as much. A monthly almost breaking out. Weekly, MACD crossed over and above zero line. So clearly we're going higher. And Visa, MasterCard, they all have at least 10% more to go on the upside. IBB has been weak because since our RFK Jr., but it's still not that bad on the monthly. So bottom is in, maybe. IZWay, I've been calling this sector bullish for a long time. And it's at daily wave 3 down. This is like a month ago. So this is now everything weekly wave 5 up. So we're going back to 115, the target. And a lot of the ticker in this sector is very high now. So I'm like kind of not interested. XLI monthly breakout, weekly almost breakout too here. There's really no major resistance until higher. So industrial, right? Healthcare is weak. I mean, you can clearly see you have high, lower, lower, low. And on daily, I think it's going to be rolling over again. So see this is rolling over. So if you want to short this sector, you want to short it. And XLK monthly breakout, weekly pretty strong momentum too. Like Mega 7 ticker is leading, but Google, Amazon, Apple really hasn't gone up too much yet. So if Apple, Amazon start going, this will go higher. And same thing, you need a little bit consolidation before going higher on the monthly time frame. XLY, in my weekly newsletter, I said I believe we have been in recession, rolling recession, and XLY and government. Government is the place that we're start laying off a lot of people, but you do start seeing private sector jobs actually going higher from the last like labor report, especially construction and surprisingly transportation. So logistics, transportation, and construction going higher, that's a good thing. So this is coming out, and you can see it's all higher lows, higher highs. So energy is kind of really, I said crude oil is going to drop below to 52, and we are 55. And I do see we're going lower on daily. So even, I think the first term of Trump, the crude oil was pretty low too. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see crude oil below 50. And in that case, if really drop below 50, I start to watch to see maybe time for us to buy a little bit the energy stocks. Like they have good dividend and price is low, it's good. So XLU utility has been pretty strong too. And I think it's daily wave 3. I'm not going to repeat what I said in the weekly newsletter. I assume you all read it. So look at this, XLCs. It's just crazy. And Meta, Netflix going nuts. Material, a little bit less bullish monthly, but it's still, this monthly chart is not that bad, monthly candle. It could go above 87 and then go back up, right? So you still have low, higher, low, like a high, higher, high. So in the larger time frame, it really didn't break the trend. XLP, I just bought a little bit of PG, is daily wave 3 as a defensive. And this just started on monthly 1, 2, so has a lot more room to go, XLP. I think people are generally scared what's happening here. So they still loading a lot of XLP at defensive. A block, and this is another sector that I've been calling bullish strong. And monthly, you can see monthly already break out coming to 44, weekly as well. Claw monthly breakout, I'm seeing upside could go all the way to 32 possible. So hack, same thing. It's very bullish, very close to all-time high. And a lot of like cross drags already go back to all-time high. CDNS are very strong. Microsoft too, right? Microsoft's been strong. CRM in the sector is pretty cheap, I think, and is a leader. So anyways, I really like TWLO. Weekly is uptrend, right? You have low, higher low, and you have high, really higher high. There's no higher, lower high yet. So if the trend continues, I would assume this going back to, I think I gave the target 170 something. I don't remember. Let me look. TWLO. Okay, 167, 166. So that's the target, and it's pretty good, 60, 70%, right? On hourly time frame is also wave 5 up 112 somewhere here 112 target. So that's pretty good too. If you want to do shorter DTE calls 112 113, that's the target. A monthly, you can see this is uptrend too. You have low, higher low, higher low, higher high, right? High. So this is relatively cheap. I didn't check the intrinsic value just purely from technical charting. Google monthly, not as bullish as Microsoft, but it's not bad. So I have upside target of 172. And if you look at monthly, that's exactly where it is, right? If we break out monthly, the upside target 172, and that's the March, no, right now is April, May. Okay, March, not high, the body high candle. So, wings, this is one of my favorite tickers. We haven't looked at it for a while, but look at the weekly, pretty good. Actually, we missed it. And weekly, monthly, is all wave 5 up. Target is 480. That's very good. 480. That's what, for 40% gain? More than 40% gain. So that's the target. I will watch for pullback, and let's say hourly. If I will pull back, come back to, I don't even know whether it come back to 230. Probably I will start watching. I have alert set here. I will set alert near 255 area. I think by default, I have alert. Yeah, I have by default. So it will alert me. And if you want to like set a higher, slightly higher, so you have time to prepare. I have a limit order at 230. I doubt it will come back because you look at it, the hourly, it's ready to go again. So I wouldn't be surprised this guy just have very tiny pullback and start going. And the upside target is pretty juicy. So ARM, we have earning on ARM. ARM monthly break out already too. So weekly, look at weekly. Uh, weekly pretty good. So if 60 minutes, what did I give? Like near 110, somewhere here. I usually like draw a line here on the earning day. I would draw a line so I know where the interest area that I I'm interested in buying. And you can have one, let's say one on 60 minutes, and you have one on 2 minutes, 3 minutes. So I usually will watch. Um, I have buying order probably here, and then I can drag them up and down. Like right now, I don't have any position. But if you want to buy it, I probably do something like this. Have order in, and then waiting for drag up and down depending how the earning comes, right? So that's how I usually do my buying if I buy earning. AVGO has been really strong. Um, let's look at weekly and monthly. A lot of tickers are not cheap anymore. They were very cheap, but they have gone up so much. So this clearly monthly breakout too, and already reached upside first target, but I think it's going higher. If earning come back down somewhere, ideally it come back down 170. But if the momentum really strong, last time earning was good and actually popped, even though give all the way back. So I probably my initial watching area be 180. 190, a little bit more aggressive. I probably want to watch 180 if you want to buy the shares. But if you don't, then it doesn't really matter. UMP. UMP, I'm bearish on that. This is one of the short trade I give. So this is your entry stop loss. And so already reversing down. On hourly, MACD is about cross over to the downside. Let's look at what daily look. Daily also is about rollover too. So this short could work out. And lows on monthly, it's a kind of bullish seasonality lows and Home Depot. And if people don't want to buy a house, they probably want to maintain. And so revisit it. It reminds me a little bit like AMD. It's a good company to own. So what did I say about the lows on daily wave 3? 1, 2, yeah, 3. Daily wave 3. You don't really have much resistance until 230. Well, we're almost 230, and then you come back down to 218. And on weekly, we need to get about this value area high, 230. Then we can see all the way going back to 300 something. That's like 40, 35%. That's pretty good, right? Home Depot in a similar chart, I think. Oh, Home Depot a little bit more bullish, like 1, 2, and then go. So daily 1, 2, probably 3, somewhere 337, 375, come back down here, and then 400. What about monthly? Monthly upside target is 480. That's 30% gain. So if you want to have if you have a lot of cash and you want to build up your portfolio, I think that's the tickers I would want to go. Um, ACN is pretty cheap too, and it's been really near the lower end. I checked the fundamentals. I think it's good. So I may actually buy a little bit share ACN. And this ticker I have always wanted. I think upset this at least to, let's see, ILMN. I used to trade a lot of it. So on monthly, let's look at daily. Monthly a little too far. So we can see $100 from 78, 77. So that's not too bad. Or you can short it from here too. So if you come back down, come back to 99, 90 or 100, and you want to short it all the way down to 60, that's fine too. So That's the ticker I used to trade a lot. And this ticker has been, it tells me you want to go back to about 200 something GNRC. I may do a little bit more homework on this ticker, but we used to trade a lot of this. And on weekly, monthly, the dropping momentum is slowing. GNRC. Yeah, daily doesn't look too good. Daily, monthly. Then monthly, really, if you say low, higher, high, so I can say it go back to 230, 213. That's why I want to buy this ticker. It may not go, it's like low, high, higher, high. So also confirm my thesis, but it might not go as fast as like say APP monthly target is near 500 something. So I want to say go back to the mega tickers like Microsoft. So Microsoft, if like have a daily pullback, fill the gap, you can go buy long again, right? So the gap fill. Or you can sell 400 Cascure put. It's expensive, taking up a lot of buying power. So I don't want to sell Cascure put on this. I'd rather sell like right before earning on Amazon, Google. That's what I did. And then I also gave how to play Netflix if you have pullback to 1100 or 1050, and you can do a call, go to 1160 or 1200 on 60 minutes time frame. So that's what I have alert. Amazon, I think Amazon's relatively cheap. So if market has a pullback and Amazon pull back below 180, I'll buy shares. Ideally, come back to 175, then I will really buying shares. Apple is going to be impacted, but if really have a pullback below 190, like ideally near as close as like 180 possible, but I don't think it's going to go. Look at here. So Warren Buffett said he's going to retire by year end. He said, I feel a little bit ashamed to say that Tim Cook made Berkshire Hathaway more money than he ever did because he held a lot of Ametek, not Ametek, Apple shares and made them a lot of money. So I see Apple buyers already stepping in. So, but if market has a pullback, Apple could come back down like below 200. So anywhere between 190 to 200 and then daily print wave 4 I may actually buy a little bit Apple. So for me, my key watch will be TWLO. I already have Google. I set a limit order buying Bings. What else I want to buy? GNRC, I think. I forgot which one I set limit order. So bulls, this is actually, I look at it and it dropped to 13 some dollars. And I forgot to buy, but I think this sticker could go all the way back to here, 82. So if you want to put this, I don't know what field. I was preparing chart and I was long on macro NQ on the simulation account. I stop loss triggered, I think, on the field. Or I don't know what I think that's what it is. Let me see. I think yeah, that's what it is. Stop loss triggered. So anyway, so that's all we have. I wouldn't want to chase the last minute and a little bit bullishness left on the yes. Um, if you don't want to buy put short, it's fine too, because going against trend is hard to decide when the top is in. And ideally, you want to wait for print and then go long on the wave 5 up. And so that's where I'm gonna I think I have about 55 to 60% cash now. So on the wave five up, I'm probably gonna load pretty heavy on the tickers that I am interested. And on the long-term portfolio, I said NET, TWLO, ISRG, and Wings. That's probably Amazon, Apple, that five tickers that I'm thinking to load pretty heavy on the wave five up. And it make me about 20%. No, I'm fine, right? So and then we'll decide what's gonna happen. If let's say we have a pullback here next week, wave five up couldn't take this out, then that's not good. Then maybe we have more downside. So we'll see where the wave five print. If it's above, yes, 58.37, that's bullish. But if it's below that, then it's not good. Okay. All right, that's all I have. And I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Bye.